أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
So the ancient method is using the symbols in Ruqyah. At the beginning of Ruqyah, if someone has magic, for example, done on a tree, and we will know that because he will be dreaming of himself falling or flying, so we will tell him to wash with the Quranic water and gather the water and throw it on a tree, on any tree that is higher than him, with the intention of throwing on the sihr that has been done to him, as if he had found it and he's throwing on it. And that works and the sihr is destroyed. And if it is in the water like river or sea, who will get any points of water that is closest to him and throw the water there. If it is in the graveyard, he will go to any closest graveyard and throw the water on any grave with the intention of throwing on the sihr that has been put to him. And anything that has been done, if it has been done with knots or with a doll or with any kind of thing, he will put similar things in the water he had washed with to destroy it. So that is what we were doing, and alhamdulillah it was working without any problem. But it led people to argue, and when people go to their ulama and say, I went to Abderraouf, he told me to go to the graveyard and to do knots and to take a doll. So they say, well, this is magic, this is magic. And then it becomes very complicated to explain to them that it's not magic. We are treating by the same symbol that have been used to destroy that magic, just with the intention, as Musa alayhi salam, when the Sahirs threw their ropes and sticks, he also threw his stick. So it is the same action he has done, but he has done it by the power and the order of Allah, and they have done it by the working with shayateen. But the action was the same. So looking like the magicians or the kuffar is not in itself magic or kufr. It depends what are you doing. But because this method caused problems to us and caused much debate, and in some countries it led to blocking the Ruqyah altogether, so we changed all this method by verses of Quran. So for any type of sihr, we will find a verse that talks about that can give us a clue to that sihr and add it in the water by reading it or by writing and diluting it, and the person will just wash with it and that sihr will go. So since we have changed that whole method, it's not because it was magic or it was shirk or it was wrong, but because it was not understood, and there was a shubha, there was a similitude between what we do and the magicians do. So we left it and turned back to total Quranic method. So there will be no problem with it and no ambiguity. Now, when we first changed that method, it happened in Burkina Faso, and because we were going to use a new method, and we had a method that works and that is halal, so we cannot endanger the patients and do experience on them not knowing if it's going to work or not. So we started to do this new experiment in the places where it was impossible to do the old method. So we did that in the beginning, and pretty soon we saw that it was working very well. So then we changed the whole method for all our centers throughout the world.